My name is Al Knight, and welcome to the next installment of Eclectic Corrales' podcast. We're here at Acequia Vineyards and Winery to talk about our Valentine's Day special. Today we'll be visiting the three wineries in the Corrales wine loop. We'll start off here at Acequia, then we'll be going to Corrales Winery, then we'll be going to Pasando Tiempo. And at the end, we'll have a special little trip over to Corrales Teas More to talk about their chocolates, which we are going to be pairing with three wines from each, with a wine from each of the three wineries in this special package for Valentine's Day. Basically what the special is for $60, you get three wines, one from each winery, plus 12 chocolates, 4 of each paired with each wine from Corrales Teas More. So it's a very nicely packaged, and I think it's a great deal for Valentine's Day. Normally, the Corrales Wine Loop has a Valentine and chocolate pairing event where you would go to each one of the three wineries. You would taste three wines paired with three truffles, which is what these are, and it would cost around $25 to $30 per person. But with COVID, we can't do that this year, so we're trying to keep that tradition alive by putting together this package for you. As we travel to each one of the wineries, we'll talk a little bit about the winery, and we'll talk about how COVID has affected their business and what changes they think they'll make or have to make when we come out of this to make things a little safer and a little better. Here at Acequia, as you can see, this is our tasting room where we would normally be in the winter, but now we can't be there. So we have to do our tastings outside on the back patio. The problem with that is that it's winter, so it's cold out there, and our tasting times where it's comfortable, even though we have been able to purchase some heaters for the patio through the Corrales CARES Act and some air purifiers for inside the tasting room here, it's still tough to do. I would estimate our income down by about 50% from last year, starting in March when things started to shut down. So, but other than that, we persevere and keep going on. We're still making wine, we're still bottling wine, and looking forward to a time when things start to open up again, or at least the weather gets a little warmer and it's a little more pleasant on the back patio. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Tanya Latin of the Corrales Fire Department for administering the CARES funds and the CARES grants. We use that for the purifiers, for the heaters out back, and for some of the video equipment that we're using today to start doing these podcasts. Let's go travel around a little bit and talk to some of the other wineries and see how they're doing and see what wines they're going to pair. We are going to pair our 2017 vintage Zinfandel with the raspberry truffle from Corrales Teas More. So that'll be our entry into this package, and we'll talk to the other wineries about what they're going to do too. So let's pack up, Scotty, and head off. All right, today we're at Corrales Winery talking to Keith and Bobby Johnstone about their winery and about their wines and about the special Valentine's offer we've got going on. This is the second winery in our series of interviews about the Corrales Wine Loop. And again, this is something that we have done for years and years, but with COVID, we're modifying it a little bit to make it a little more accessible, to keep the tradition going on, but make it more COVID safe. What wine did you pick out and what chocolate did you pick out for the Valentine special, the Corrales Wine Loop Valentine special?
We chose the Muscat Canelli, and it's being paired with an orange truffle. Those flavors seem to go really well together. The Muscat has flavors of peaches, apricot, and honey, and that little orange and chocolate goes really well with it. We just wanted you to know that you can get the entire package for this Valentine special at any one of the 3 wineries. We'll have wines from each of the wineries at each of our wineries. So check us out on our website, our Facebook, and we'll see you soon.
Hey, we're talking with Chris and Marty Carpenter, owners of Pasando de Tiempo, and the next winery in the Corrales wine loop. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about the wine and the wine that you're going to propose for our wine and chocolate Valentine's package, and a little bit about the why you chose the chocolate that you chose.
Okay, Martha, why don't you talk about the flavor notes of of this? We chose a Merlot. This is a Merlot, and it's a 2017 Merlot. Go ahead, you give us a.
So our Merlot is a very nice, full-bodied Merlot. It's actually a really good wine. And it's especially a nice wine for people that like dry wines or like sweeter wines because it's in between the both of them. The nose on our Merlot, lots of blackberries, black cherries, a little bit of hint of licorice. It finishes in your back of your palate. So it's very nice. And like I said, it's good for people that like drier wines or people that like lighter wines. It's an in-between wine.
But we chose the chocolate rum.
Rum chocolate.
Rum chocolate. And I like that one because in the finish, after you have the chocolate and you have some of the wine, in the very back palate, it really kind of opens up and you don't taste the rum, but it just kind of opens up and has a unique flavor profile at that point. Typically, the Merlot, you're going to taste it in the mid palate, but this just kind of rum, I guess, in there just kind of open it up. And you don't want a wine or a chocolate or food of any sort to overwhelm or overpower the wine itself. They have to be in balance, and I think this pairing does that.
All right, here we are on our final leg of the Corrales Wine Loop Valentine's Day special. Today we're talking to Janelle Boyle of Corrales Teas More about her chocolates, which we are pairing with all of our wines. So, Janelle, what got you to move to Corrales and start your business?
I just love this little town. It reminds me of a town in San Diego, and that's where I'm from. And I love the horses walking around, and it just reminded me of home. So I decided to move out here and start a small little tea business.
That's excellent. So, who is your assistant over here?
This is Tyler. She's makes the best coffees and teas. You got to come in and she'll make you a nice cup. And she's also great at organizing all the chocolates and taking care of you when you come in. So she's very good.
Happy to do so. We always love happy new faces coming in.
Well, this is really nice because, you know, normally you would have to go down to like the Flying Star or further down, but you are so located here in Corrales that you could almost bike or walk over here and get a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or just relax outside. That's great.
Yes, we have a walking trail right down the street. We've had people come in and they go for a walk and then come back. And we're right next to Quilt Soleil, so we have people going in and buying their quilting supplies and then coming in here and having a tea after they're done shopping. So it's a really great location.
That's great. Well, talk to us a little about your chocolates and why you got into featuring the chocolates in your coffee, your coffee and tea establishment.
Okay, well, we figured there was no chocolate places around here and people wanted something a little different, and who doesn't love chocolates? So we have 12 different flavors that we offer here, so you could come in and buy them in, different groups. Some of our popular ones are the raspberry, which tastes like fresh raspberries inside the dark chocolate. We have our orange that's like fresh oranges. Our rum is like a little bit of vanilla with some spices. All our chocolates are gluten-free. They're made from Vermont. They're made from fresh, heavy cream from the Vermont farmers. So all the truffles are made locally in Vermont, and they're just delicious. So you have to come in and try them.
That's great. That's great. So the first three that you described are the three that we will be pairing with different wines on
Yes.
the Corrales Wine Loop Valentine's Day special.
Yes, so you want to get your wine and your chocolates. It's a great combination.
Thanks to both of you, and again, these are great chocolates. And we appreciate you, the Corrales Wine Loop. We appreciate your effort in teaming up with us, doing this Valentine's Day special. And it's another example of how, during hard times, businesses can cooperate with each other in Corrales to basically survive and do things better next time.
Yes.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.